Good afternoon, traders and visitors and followers to awesomecallstrading.com. I want to welcome everybody to our great webinar we're doing on, what is today? Monday, January 14th, 2019. Well, we had a really good day to start our Monday, to start our week, and I want to go over about, a few ideas and thoughts that I have. Today was fun. It was fun. It was very rewarding. We didn't have to work too hard. The trades kind of just developed themselves. All we had to do was find them. We did some hunting this morning, and we went on our list. This is the list we put together this morning. Maybot, we made our #1 pick, and I'll show you why. PCG, TLRD, Yeti, Savannah, WDC, Square, ATHM, Lulu, NTES, Boeing, and Netflix. And also what I tend to do too is when I'm really interested in playing a stock, because a lot of times you'll see, a lot of times I take positions in stocks. I'll alert the room, and you'll hear the buzz in the room that the stock I just took a position, and I always put asterisks next to them. So Savannah, WDC, I was interested in playing, NTES, and I do quite a few trades, MBOT, as I'm in, out, and I'm scalping, and I'm just working the trade. I let the room know, hey, these are the ones that are really going to interest me today. So, and if you saw on Twitter, I like to always be very, very transparent, and it's not just alerting the room, it's taking the trade. These are just a few of the trades I took, and they're all market orders, as you can tell. I love market orders, quick fills. The routes used by TD have been very, very good. You can see I was trading MBOT, ATHM, Lululemon, MBOT again, NTES. And my point is I trade what's on my list, and I pick stocks that, like right now, if I was not doing this webinar right now, this moment, I'd be shorting NTES. You see this stock right here? See this NTES? You see this? This is heavy. So I would be short 239 right here and give it room to 239.70. You're going to risk 50 cents on this trade. Put your stops there, and the stock should fall down at 237.5. So remember that. I'm going to write that down. 237.550. Okay. See, somebody just took a short position in the room. That's why it popped just now. So you have to give it a little bit of room, and then watch. By the time my webinar is done, this should be 237.5. We'll see if I'm right. Okay. See how heavy the stock is? Anyway, it's kind of interesting. Maybe we could start with that. That way we're not showing it all the time. And if SPY pulls, that's very SPY sensitive, so it should come down really nice. And you could see actually a trade I did in the room right here. You see it? NTS. This is a perfect example. You see the entry? This is a short market order, 241.6325. I believe I did 350 shares. Here is the time on the tape. And look how long it took me, 45 seconds, 37 seconds, I think, or 40 seconds. And I covered it 241.1479 right there. You see it? Market order, market order. This is exactly what this is what I do. You know? And then when we look at the call, I'll show you the call. There's an incredible call on it this morning. And so let's start with NTES. Okay, let's just start with that, NTES. Okay, what I saw this morning on NTES is they got Barclays came out with a price target increase, and they upped the price. It was our number 10 pick to $300 from $270. Now, without getting too much into my little magician work, I felt the stock would probably go ahead. The stock was actually flat. It was sitting at 243. So I told the chat room, listen, the stock's going to be a sell-off today. So before you short it, let it pop to 247 at the open. Once 247 comes and you start to see it, it's coming. Give it room to 250. Do not be scared, because this is a big stock ticker. It's a heavy price stock. It's in the 200s. You got to give it range. Range means that you can't do 50 cents or $1. You got to give this one like on Lululemon, you could give range to $1. Boeing, you have to give 2 to 3 points. Netflix, 1.5 to 2 points. NTES, it's a thinner stock, so you have to give it 3 points. It's just the way it works. You can't do that. Okay. Thank you, Raphael. NBEV alert, and this morning, and the stock hit 720. Thank you, boss. So I said it'd pop at 247, and the stock should go to 235. Now this was, I'll be honest, it was a little. I meant to say 238, and I'll tell you why. I'll show you the chart why I wanted 238. But I cannot when I write my numbers, I can never go in there and change them. Just so you know, I do not do after the fact. I will never do that. So if it hits 235, great. But I really wanted 238. All right, I wanted a nice 7-8 point to the downside. And the reason is the market was down. It got an upgrade, but I felt there was going to be some sell-off. And typically on a Barclays upgrade, it's more of a downside move. And with the Dow being down 100 points in the morning, 200 points, I knew this would sell off today. So it was a perfect setup for a pop and fade. And I'll show you the stock. All right, so here we go. Ding, 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 ding. You can see how it came down on Friday. And you can see how it was flat this morning right here. See how it was closed and it was sitting there opening, but basically flat. So bell rang. I said just go to 247 and ding, 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 ding. 246.39 topped off. And guess what? It's heading to 238. Perfect, 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 perfect trade. Couldn't ask for anything more. All right, well done. All right, the next trade that we did was this company called Mabat. And, you know, this was on my list. And why I like Mabat is, one, it depends on how they write their PR. And the other thing is it is a former runner. And I love former runners. I love them. And you want to see what a former runner looks like? This is a former runner. So Mabat constantly makes moves on just basic PR. And when they do, now this move will sell off. There's no question. It's going to dive back down to 3, but you're in day 1 of this, and I love day 1s. And let me tell you something. When we like something in Awesome Calls Trading, everyone likes it, and that's why it's in play. And what I did for all of you that aren't in our room, I kind of gave you a little treat this morning. Not only did I make it the #1 pick this morning and design it how it was going to trade today, I also went on Twitter this morning and I made it very clear to everyone, because I follow a gentleman by the name of Raphael, RECERVN, this morning, and I'll show you his Twitter feed, and I think you'll understand why. But he's the one that alerted it to me this morning, and here it is. Here is his tweet. So if you're not following him, you all need to, and it's a privilege that he comes in here. But this gentleman is a small cap along with B Trades. We have 2 of the finest small cap wonders in the world in here. B Trades and Raphael, just every time they walk in the room, they always bring something to the table. The minute I read this, with news, Micromedical increases its global portfolio. I know it's a lot of crap, but this is what this stock moves on. All right? This is what it moves on. And so in the morning, if you look at my tweet, I did make it very clear that thank you for sharing this. Seems like a perfect day to pop this. This has been broken down stock, has tons of room. Today it runs on news. I like it here at 410 level. Now other people are calling, oh, well, I called 404, another room 405, another room 406. Come on. All right, we all pretty much, I wanted 410. I loved the volume. I love how it traded. I felt it was going to move off the 410 level. So, there's some people out there trying to claim they found it at 380 or 370 or 360 or something like that. I mean, come on, let's just, you don't need to, as long as you called it, great, take credit. That's fine. But for us in our room, I loved it off the 410. But I did tell you before it was even trading at those levels where I wanted the stock to be. Okay. So it was a really great call. And what was sad about such a great call like this, I was actually You know, it was unfortunate, but there were just, some, you know, and I made comments on my Twitter feed. I guess you could just look at that. But there were people saying this is not going to run. It's stupid news. It's terrible news, and it makes you frustrate because you realize, wow, you really don't get it, do you? And imagine that room not playing it because their head mod said this is stupid news and it's not going to run. It's irrelevant. Well, you're really not in tune with the market is. So it's unfortunate that happened, but that's reality out there. But for us, it was pretty simple. The minute Raphael put out the news, I went like this. I knew it was a former. I'm like, okay, we're here. We're coming off a bottom curl right there. This has room to here, which is you see in the morning I wanted 550, 527, 550. After that, then we go to 6 level, which was about right, I think 6 was here. And then we just running it to about $10 a share. About these levels up here, 952. So it was just a wonderful call. And it's, the market makers were really good on this. And what I liked about it too, why I felt it was going to run, you see how thick it is? You see how the market makers kept it pretty tight and kept it up off this flag? They didn't let it break in pre-market, which is really smart on their part. But you want to see the really key guy? You really want to see it? Right there. Hello, Mr. Buyer. You see him? He broke it up and he basically bought pretty much 1,000,000 shares. You see how he broke it up? He just came in there and he went, I think it was like, I saw the 100, but this is what I saw, the 300 to 400,000. Then he nailed another 411. You see that? See how he came in with 1,000,000? I knew, I saw him and it was done. It was done. I told everyone in the room in pre-market, look for the 410 level right here. As long as it holds, risk to 380. I said that repeatedly, over and over, risk to 380, 370. If it breaks that, it'll come down. Your key spot to size in is 450 because you have to break this flag right here at 454. If we keep breaking that 450, stays above, once it busts through, that's your size, and you just light it up. There is no short in this at all. You do not short this. The float is small. And so it was just a runner, and shorts were hard to find. So there was so much good going for it. It was hard not to trade it. Okay, you couldn't. You had to trade it, but you had to see it live. And we were doing this live all morning, and that's why you saw so many tweets from different traders making 300, 400, 500, 600, 800, 900, 1200. Right now, nobody stays the entire way. Okay, it's just nobody does that. You know. Um, as a day trader, most day traders they take their 50 cents to $1 and they're happy. I'm happy scoring 60 cents on a move with 2,000 shares. Or are you kidding me? 800 shares, 1,000 shares, getting 40 cents. Come on, I'll take that $400 all day long. I'm excited. So just a perfect setup. Now in the end, the stock will collapse. They'll come back down to earth. There's no really reason that the PR really isn't that grandeur, but because the way it came out, because how they traded it this morning, there was 500,000 shares already on it. It was holding up. I loved it, and the end result is what you see. And I want to show you something too. A lot of you don't get short trapping. I want you to see what short trapping looks like, how I pointed out when it's happening. Okay, so you get this pop and this flag, and you see how it's coming down right about right here? All right, you don't see this yet, right? So right here, right there. So shorts are starting to come in. They think it's going to break and smack below 440. Okay, in our room, I would not short this unless it snapped 430, 420 and under. I leave it alone until it shows me it wants to snap down, right? But a lot of rooms, what happens, they get in too fast and they want to short the stock. You cannot do that. You cannot do that. And you have to watch and monitor the trap. This is a trap. You see how they come in, try to pull. Market makers yank it just enough to convince you this is done. And then there you are right there. There's the trap. You want to see what happens? After that happens, you get something like that. And you get squeezed right out of the trap. And that's where I try to really educate a trader. This is really important when you're identifying these type of trades. I've been doing this for 15 years. And let me tell you something. I've lost a lot of money being on the wrong side of these type of trades. It took me a long time to really understand this. This is not something that is taught overnight. I just try to make it look simple because you're in a room that really can catch it quick. But if I was stupid or foolish, I would have, basically been telling people short here, oh, it's going to collapse, but that's not the way I roll. I've been doing this for years. I picked the stock to run today. It was the #1 pick in the room. And I still think the stock has room to about 10, maybe 10.50 up here. See these spots here? I'm looking at right there, 10.18, and maybe a tad more at 10.50. And then probably kind of just let go, So we'll see how it ends up. All right. So that was our #1 pick. Like right now, it's live. So my suggestion to anybody in the room is, if you want to go live long at 890, 870, 880 right here, and you want to get that 950 to 10 spot, put your stops right here. You have to put your stops right here, right about here, 830. So you have to risk about 60, 70 cents to get 70, 80 cent move. So when we get those kind of ratios, okay, see the difference in ratios too? Okay, when we're taking off on a stock and we're building right here, our ratio is 30 cents to the downside, 50 cents to $1 to the upside. You see how different it works? But now that the stock has made its huge run the way it has, now that spreads are opened up even wider, you see, so your risk is 820 and your reward is 950 to 10 spots. So you're risking basically 70 cents to the downside versus the 20 and 30 before, for a 50 to 70 cents to the upside and breakout high of the day. That tells you as a trader to use less shares. So instead of doing 1,000 shares, do 500 shares or do 300 shares. This way you say to yourself, if it drops down to 820 level that AJ's suggesting, we just get out, take the 350 hit on 500 shares. But if it makes its move to 940, 950, most likely it'll squeeze to 10, so you can make $600 on the trade. Okay. All right, so that's that one. Next stock that we did today was a company called Netflix. I don't know if you've heard of Netflix, but we play it almost every single day. And the key about Netflix is just the setup. Okay, everybody is chasing this into earnings. All right, it's automatic. Everyone is chasing this into earnings. They all want to be just chase it. So before the stock moves up or starts to make a push to the upside, I felt the stock would probably flush out first in the morning. With the Dow being down 200, I figured a small pop at the open and then a flush down to 330 levels. 332, I believe I said 332, and then the stock went all the way up to 335 once it started going. It really kind of topped itself at 335 today. So I thought this was a pretty good one, just to give us points. But I think the one I liked the most, and you can look at the pre-market notes, how we set it up, right here. Netflix, I basically set down. It was a notable today, 332 area go long, and I'm looking for 339 on it on the pop out of the gate. I was already 337, so I needed to pull, and it was a nice pull. Jenny actually shorted the stock, and he caught it all the way down to 330 and under. If you look at his Twitter feed, so he was all over the short this morning. So it was a really impressive trade by him. Okay, I wanted to show you Lululemon. Okay, now, whenever you get a stock that's heavily shorted, a lot of short interest, like a Lululemon, you get, and they come out and they raise guidance. You have to know one thing about Lululemon: it will rip like it's like Ollie. It's like there's certain stocks out there that will just rip your heart out, and if you're not prepared for that rip, you kind of get in too soon. Dow's down 200 points. Okay, the stock's sitting at 134. I tell everyone the stock's going to move to at least 139.50, maybe 140. Even with the Dow down 200, I figure I'm still going to get a rip. So that gives everyone in the room, how many points? Almost 6 points to the upside. And then I want to fade it back down to 134. Okay? I mean, But you want to see what I meant by how it's going to pop? This, and I tell everyone, this should catch the shorts off guard. So because they're raising the guidance, so all you got to do is put 100 shares in, 13,000 buying power. And I'm already telling you, it should rip from 134 to 139. So, okay, so for 13,000 buying power, if I buy 100 shares, I get $500 for the day. You're done. I swear, that's it. If you put 50 shares in, you'll make 250 bucks. Okay? I'm going to deliver the 5 points. But please, just take the trade. Don't worry, it's not going to come down. You don't raise guidance on a company of this magnitude and expect the stock to fall. Okay? Okay? Just think outside the box. It's too obvious what it's going to do. What was interesting is if you did went long, it didn't stop. And you want to see what a short squeeze looks like? But I want you to see the initial play, how quickly it was to make money in the room. Are you ready? I want you to count the minutes it took from the opening bell. All right, you ready? So here's yesterday's close, right? Gapping up. Here's the gap, 134 pre-market. See it? I was writing my notes around this time. Look at the time frame. Right? I said the stock will rip at the open to 139.50. All right? So here we go. Ding, 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 ding. Now count the minutes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 139.50 is right there. See it? 7 minutes from the opening bell. All right, and it ended at 140.50 before it came down. All right, but shorts went in there again and got squeezed, and the stock ran again. This time, we just let it rip. Now, let's give credit where credit is due. Do you want to know what this great trader, and if you're not following him, today's your day to learn. His name is Fire Trader, Brad. I spotted him out about 6 months ago, maybe 8 months ago, his talent. And just like I see PSK, just I see Palmer, and these people, these traders evolving into something very special. It's an honor to have him in the room. I have never been around such a more consistent trader. So you remember that name, and this is his Twitter feed. And no, he doesn't give free tweets, free trades on Twitter. I mean, he brings them in the house. Anyway, Fire. There he is. You all need to be following this man. Okay? And he's a great guy, good person, but just one hell of a trader. And he came in there, and I swear, he literally walked this thing down. It was one of the, I even took the trade. I'll show you. Yeah, I mean, you want transparency, I'll give you transparency. I was listening to Darkside on the mic while I was doing tweets, and right here, you can see it right there. You see that 142? No, not that one. Hold on. Oh, there it is. You see that? 142.53 to 142.34. I mean, just seconds. But you're putting 350, 400 shares in. I mean, I'll take the 80, 90 bucks. But you know what? The beauty of this, and I just happened to walk in the room while it was fading. He literally called it up here. And we're going to show that tonight. So we're going to actually do 2 charts tonight on Lulu. But he called it up here as it was topping off, and he called for a short at 144.75. And he called his points, and he took money on the way down. I mean, my gosh. And right now the stock is 139. Okay? But this is what you live for. This is what day trading is all about. This is what differentiates who we are to the world. Having talent that sees this and then help you make money. Come on. Come on. Unbelievable. Lulu 2 times. So shout out to Brad, Fire Trader, on that. There's one thing I told you. You know, we all know that. What do we have? What 10 chat rooms came from our room already in the last 24 months. You know, from different moderators that have come and gone that we have built. And one of the things I said to everyone as I continued on, as people moved on and musical chairs were being done, I will never stop finding talent. Okay, and a true leader continues to build and find new leaders. All right. That's what a real leader's about. I'm not about, oh, you're mine, you're mine, you're mine. No, I want you to grow. And I'm watching some of the most gifted traders that are really working their craft in this room are going to become something. Now, do I want them to stay in here? Of course. Who wouldn't? But if they have their own ambitions, you can't stop them because they're learning every day these quality type of ideas. And I'm not going to stop letting them know how great they are. I will not. That's who I am. Okay. And I'm taking advantage of what I have. Some of you are going to call out a short, follow it down, walk it down, tell me where to put the stops. And he does. He will literally tell you, stop here, take some here, take some here, take some here. And then he goes, okay, I'm out. Okay. So, I want to give my thoughts on PGE. Now, PGE is getting just torn apart. I mean, potential bankruptcy in 2 weeks. I'm sorry, PCG. My thoughts to the room is if this hits 8 today, I'm going to go long, and I'm going to swing it. I'm already tempted to take a position now at 8.89 and hold it. First of all, PCG has too many assets on their books. They got a lot. And this was a what, a $30, $25, $30 stock. All right, it was actually more if you put up the time frame, $50, $60, and now we're at 8. I honestly don't think, this is just my personal opinion, I think PCG is letting this happen so they can get bailed out. And once the announcement that they're not going to file, this thing will shoot to 14, 15 in a heartbeat. And that is why you don't see a complete sell-off. Think about it. How many stocks have we traded over the years? And I saw this morning. Why are we going up on a BK? Because they have assets. So if the government seizes or the state seizes or whatever, there are assets galore. But not only that, a private company can come in. I mean, these are just my thoughts. I mean, you could laugh at me and go, "You're so stupid," but you know what? I didn't call a short on it either. All right, I'm calling for a swing, and my idea is 8.50, and hold it because I think in the end this is going to pop. And I have honestly, if you follow me in this room, I have not been wrong on this stock since the fires. I've called it every time. So you just got a free idea. All right. So right now I'm just looking. If it hits 8, I'm gonna swing it. All right. Let's go to do another one. Let's do Yeti. Yeti. Yeah, Yeti. Okay, Yeti had raised guidance, had really good numbers on their earnings. You can see it popped after hours, and it hit up here. So to me, it doesn't take me. It takes me literally a blink of an eye to tell you how to trade it. So this was pretty simple this morning. I saw the gap up, as you all saw. This is where it closed, gapped up. So my call was, I'll show you what I put down. It was pretty simple to trade this. Yete was right here. I want to see it's gapping up 2. They raised guidance and beat on earnings. I want to pop it open at about 1950. Then look for a sell-off to 1725 and under, and then go long. Okay? If it pulls to 1725 and under, go long. Okay. Now, I really need you to sit down and just take a chill pill. Okay? Because you're going to see magic. Because this is what we do. Okay? We don't throw darts, could have, would have, should have, maybe. Watch this line here. No. I'm giving you direct areas where it's going to hit. All right? I'm telling you, if it hits here, go long. And it's time for payday. All right, so you ready? You want to see it? I don't think you can handle it. It's okay. It's all right. You're learning the game, right? All right. Ding, 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 ding. Pop it open. There's the pop it open. I said 1950, hit 1920. Get in there short. And where did I say it would go? Ding, 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 ding. Boom, 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 boom. 1735. Oh my goodness, it's Monday morning. I'm off a dime. Where do you want me to sell it? Okay. So That's your trade. I mean, if you want to go back up, I don't care what you want to do. I just cared about this. Up, 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 up. Smash and grab. I missed by 10 cents on the downside. Okay, I didn't use any lines, no VWAPs, no EMAs. It was just me. All right. God has given me a gift, and the gift is I could see the move before it happens, and I just show it, and I tell it, and I write it down, and here it is. All right. So yete. I'm going to give you another one like that. You ready? I'm going to give you WDC. Okay. Now, WDC got a downgrade from Evercore. All right, and the price target on that one was 30 to 35 to 30. Now, when I see, I can't really tell you too many of my secrets, but there's just something when I look at a downgrade, I look at analyst, all right, and I'm looking what they're downgrading the stock to be. And so what I do is I evaluate based on what I'm seeing and how I'm reading the downgrade from Evercore. And so here's the downgrade, Evercore. Here's the write-up. And actually, there was a thing that said 45. It actually said, yeah, that doesn't make any sense because one of the, hold on. When I saw it this morning, it said 35 to 30. That's what I wrote. But I think somebody just changed it because that's what that's what I saw. Hold on. Yeah, I think somebody changed the wire. I'm going to see if I can find it because that's not cool. You know? Hold on. I'm trying to find it. Yeah, here it is. You see? This wire service from Fly had 35 to 30. But did you just see the other wire service? Did you ever see the other one? It changed. It said to 45 to 35. Maybe that's why the stock is stuck. Well, anyway, I saw that, and I made a decision that WDC would probably was already gapping down at 38. It had closed at 40. See how it closed at 40? It was gapping down 38. So what I did this morning is I said, okay, look, I'm going to play this. Stop is gapping down too. I would prefer to wait on this to pop at the open. If it doesn't pop, pull it to 36 and go long and bounce it. All right? Pull it and bounce it. 36 is your area and bounce it. Okay? So if you want to look right now, here we go. Ding, 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 ding. And voila, $36.16. And I said bounce it back to 38. You see it? You see how simple it is every single day to walk in and just follow the script? It's like building a puzzle in here. Piece A goes with piece B. Piece B goes with piece C. You see my point? All right. I fish for the trades. I analyze the ideas. I give you pinpoint precision areas where to go long, where to go short, what to expect the stock to do when it opens. If it hits the area on the top, you short it. If it hits the area on the bottom, this is the area, and you go long. I didn't say the stock would go to 34, 33, 32, 31. I was clear, $36, and then bounce. And that's what you got. You don't have to think. All right? You can think after you make your money. Then you can analyze the trade, go through the script, go through the webinar, and go, okay, this is why it did it, and write it down for the next trade. All right? So that was WDC. All right? So those are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 ideas. So now, as I'm shutting down the webinar for today, let's take a look at those two stocks I was talking about when I started it. I said that Maybop, if you bought, you would go probably towards the 10 spot while I'm talking. So let's take a look and see if I was right. And there you go, you see. So what that does is it prevents, see, Traders know their risk. And I told you even when I was talking to you in the webinar, what is the risk reward if you take it now? Do a quarter position. Your risk is 820. So you're going to risk 50, 60 cents to the downside. And your reward is what? 950 to 10 spot. So if you took 500 shares, where I told you when I started the webinar, you already made $500. You see that? Now your room probably doesn't do that, and it's okay. All right, they're not us. But I didn't tell you to short the stock, did I? Did I tell you the stock was over? Did I? This is a live. We're live, traders. This is what you get in our room. So what this does is even when you come late, and you came off of work or you had to do something, you walk in a room, I'm already making you money from the minute you walk in. And if you came in and say, should I short this, AJ? Nope, nope, nope. I got more room to go. And let's talk about the other one. I said NTES, looking for 237. Hit 239.22. It's still coming down. Okay. We were starting here almost 240? So you made about 80 cents while I was talking to you on that. And that's it. So that is today's live webinar for January 14th, 2019. I am the real AJ, AJ Trader 7. I'm one of the moderators in the room. I want to thank you so much for joining us today. And if you want to be part of a room tomorrow, click, hit it, boom, 25 for a day, 100 for a week, and 197 for a month. Only cost you $6 a day to be in the room, where I could have made you 500 in a blink. Paid your monthly. Okay, so I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.